Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much indeed for tuning in. Today I'm going to be doing an oil change on the bike, so stick around, stay tuned, and we'll learn how to do this together. This will be my first time, so let's see how this goes. So as I said, I'm going to be doing my oil change on my bike today. I have changed oil before on a car, but never on my bike, but the premise is the same, and I've gone about buying the relevant oil, and I've got oil filter, an oil filter tool from Nippy Normans, and they've been very good. Sump plug, and I've got some gloves. I've got a nice funnel. We've also got some thread locker, which I've seen a lot of people use. And for the job, obviously, we need to torque it up to a certain level. So I've got all the tools I need to be able to torque it up to 20 Newton meters once I put the sump plug back in. I've also got, obviously, something to drain the oil into. And then most importantly, I like to keep things clean, so I put some card down below the bike. So this should be fairly straightforward. The other thing I'm going to need to do, I think, is to remove the underside fairing there and on the other side as well. One other thing I want to say is that I have run the bike, and a lot of people have said it is important to make sure the engine is warm. It helps the oil come out a bit easier, so I've done that also. So anyway, I'm going to crack on now, and we'll see how this goes. These are the tools that I'll be using, and a H10 is the right size for the sump plug. Okay, so that's in place. Let's get it onto the sump plug and get this loosened up. Okay, so that is the sump plug. We're going to get the tool onto that now. So it's going to be quite tight, so you give it a big force and that comes away no problem. Then just remove the sump plug slowly with your fingers, and be careful because the oil will splurge out just like that. And yeah, you let it drain for as long as possible, and then while that's draining, we're now going to attend to taking the fairing off. We need a T20 torque piece. Just unscrew, it's quite tight at the beginning, but just unscrew. There's 4 screws to take out. That's the first one. Then there's a lower one there. Again, just, take them away and put the screws in a place where you can find them for later. Then there's one up here, right by the front of the engine, and there's one just below underneath, which you just need to unscrew again, all with the T20 piece. It will gently come away from the bike, and just rest it on the floor and put all the screws in there. So now we're going to get the oil filter off with the Nippy Normans wrench there. It made it very easy. It's a nice fit. On with the wrench. It's quite tight. We'll just turn it anti-clockwise just to loosen it. Just give it a bit of a half turn, almost a full turn, not quite. And now that's hand loose, you can unloosen it and obviously be wary that the oil is now going to come out of the bike. I didn't quite get the pan in the right place, as you can see, making a bit of a mess. Oil filter comes off, there's mess to clean up, just clean it up, and then you're going to get the new oil filter. All the parts that I'm using I'll be putting on the video. So along with the oil filter there is a ring that comes with that, and you'll put that in place just there, and then we just need to put a bit of oil around the ring before putting the oil filter back onto the bike. So round that goes there, and then we're just going to fit that onto the bike and put it on hand tight before we then put the Nippy Normans wrench back on. And now we're going to give it a tighten. Just going to give it about half a turn. You don't want to make it too tight, otherwise it won't come off. So that's nice and tight. Off with the wrench. And now we're going to put the fairing back on. And again, it's plug and play. It's very straightforward. Obviously, if some of the bolts are very tight, you can use a bit of ACF 50 or WD 40 to try and loosen the bolts, but these ones came off no problem at all. So with the fairing going back on, I now need to get the sump plug, the new sump plug, back into the bike. I bought a new sump plug, and I'm putting some thread locker on there as well, because lots of videos I saw said to use thread locker. So put the sump plug in with the crush ring on, and tighten it up with the wrench, and then once it's tight, hand tight, you need to get the torque wrench and then tighten it to 20 Newton meters with the torque wrench, which is done there. So now we're going to undo the oil filler. This tool sits underneath the bike seat, so it's really handy. It's a screwdriver, but it also doubles as a tool to undo the oil filler cap. And so now we're just going to slowly fill oil, and I'm going to fill this halfway up. Once it's halfway up, I'm going to start the engine, and as you can see, the oil then starts to go around the system. And we leave the bike on for a few minutes, turn it off again, and then we're going to top the oil up, just like I'm doing now. So we top it up again, and as you can see through the eyeglass, as I'm topping it up, the oil level just begins to rise, and we just want to bring it to about half full, and that's fine. You can top it up to the top if you want, but I personally just top it up to about half full, 3/4. I'm on the side of caution with that, with regards to not wanting to top it up too much. So then we just need to tighten the filler cap and put the tool back under the seat. All good. So that's about it, guys, for now. So thank you very much indeed for watching the video. I hope it was of use, and if you want to leave me any comments or questions, please do so, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.